list.
Babe, find a game. Find a game, babe. Oh my gosh. All this Easter candy on my bed is...
Dude, all this Eastern candy?
Yeah, it's all...
What?
It's a bunch of candies from the Middle East. Such as Hershey bars.
Hershey's is actually, like, nowhere else. Just figured I'd let you know. Where's the volume control on these? I was
There's a little
backwards the whole time.
You were?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I do think it says L and R on the headphones.
Well, I'm going to jail anyways. They don't have headphones in jail. Yeah, we have headphones in jail. Submit. You are a prisoner. Oh man, it's my favorite one.
Oh yeah. Oh, is this Beastie Boys?
Submit.
Oh no, this is
Intergalactic That's such a banger instrumental.
It's OK Computer. What's the song in OK? Fitter Happier?
I haven't listened to OK Computer.
Like ever? Like you just have never...
I have not listened to much of Radiohead, like, at all. Period.
I mean, I guess you're saving yourself from being a Radiohead fan.
I like listening to Death Grips, dude. I don't know if there's...
That's a fair point. You should just... It's not like you're changing anything. Death Grips are already added to your Spotify playlist.
Yeah, I was in the top 0.5% of their listener base.
Boy.
Are we reckoning?
Yes, we're reckoning.
Okay, worst thing about this game, cut this out in post. A is jump, X is shoot.
You could probably press the suspend menu. And then, oh, there's no way to change it. I was going to say,
yeah, no, I beat Super Metroid just base controls. Hello, everyone, hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of, Goblins in a room.
They're in it.
They need to get out, and they have a gas that they're breathing in that makes it so they can't sleep. They're in a Russian sleep experiment, if you will.
They're being tested, experimented on to see what happens when goblins are real. Bro, this wall jump is just being very mean.
Well, it's not like I was gonna make it anyways. Why did I go back in the save room?
Is this like an intended strat, or is this a speedrun?
I can't even imagine speedrunning this game.
I think it's a pretty popular speedrun game.
It's just it's like a tough one. Because, like, I don't have a good wall to wall jump off of. Wall jumping is incredibly difficult. It's like a frame thing too.
Oh, like wall jumping in Mario Bros.
It's not like a... I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, Morty.
I'm gonna die, and then I'm gonna die you.
I'm gonna kill you, not I'm gonna kill myself. Alright, and now the music's like...
I like the music that goes... Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah! Alright, here's the thing that I thought about talking about on the drive over. Do you think alien life exists?
No.
You don't?
I don't think it exists in a state that matters. How about that? Like, I think it exists in Ohio. No, I
the normalest Fortnite glider in Ohio. It's that little kid.
No, I think aliens could exist, but I don't think it's gonna be like a little green man. I think it's gonna be like a bug, like a little tiny bug that will never do anything to anybody.
It's like a cyanobacteria, pretty much.
Yeah, like humans before humans. Like, you know how evolution happened?
Yeah. You make a good point with that evolution point that you were pointing out.
Yep. Oh, bro, do you want a Nintendo 64 controller?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't like the Nintendo 64 controller.
It works with the Switch and everything.
I was just...
This thing cost me $90. Use it. No, I'm kidding. It did cost a lot.
Okay, I'll see how well the controls.
Trust me, baby, you're gonna want to use this.
Dude, Mario Party 2?
Yeah, play Mario Party 2. Do it. The story
No,
mode.
I really don't. I really don't want to play Mario Party 2 by myself.
Do you think that Mario Party 2 is real?
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to episode 3 of
Majora's Mask.
Labia Majora. Cut that out. Cut that out. I don't want anyone knowing that I said that out loud.
I don't think it picked it up, so I think you're good. Now people will just be worried about what you said. Theories will begin to spawn.
I don't know. I think that alien life, it's out there, but I don't. Someone like pointed out that like it could very well just be dead, like billions of years ago dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like if there were people who got advanced enough to travel into space to find other aliens, they also were advanced enough to kill everybody off on accident.
Yeah. How do I skip this?
I don't know if you can.
Unskippable cutscene.
So, okay, guys, real quick recap. Ocarina of Time happened.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what this is saying. A little Link boy, he was traveling. Does Link believe in aliens?
Yeah, because there's.
Oh wait, there's literally aliens in this game.
In Lon Lon Ranch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude, that's the most stressful one. I actually had to restart my days. I had to restart a cycle because I screwed up that minigame, and you can't like undo that.
It makes me so sad. Like the aftermath, all of the like weird abduction crud going on.
Said the cow.
Exactly. The cow. And then the milk bar is all like boom doo 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 boom boom boom.
So, Nintendo is so weird with their censorship because like, yeah, this is a game made for kids, but like milk bar couldn't have just been like juice bar.
No, milk makes Link strong.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have any status
milk
effect.
makes him so strong.
I don't think it even gives him
little
hearts.
baby bones. They're growing.
He's at least like 4 baby years old. 4.
Yeah, and
how old is Link in Ocarina of Time?
I think young Link is like maximum 12 years old. Minimum 7.
Yeah, I would say 10.
Yeah. How old is Bobby in King of the Hill? Because that will tell us.
Link is canonically the same age as Bobby from King of the Hill.
Bobby, King of the Hill. Age.
Dad.
Age. Bobby's age progresses throughout the series. He ages? He's age 11, and then he turns 12 in Sins of the Father. What? What? And he turns 13 in I Don't Want to Wait for Our Lives to Be Over, and is then never aged again. Huh. So, Bobby Hill is at least 12 years old, which means young Link.
He's like a mathematical function.
Bro, Skull Kid is the hardest Nintendo character ever made.
I know, dude.
Skull Kid's like aesthetic was like my 7th and 8th grade like personality. Like just the creepy like, and then he's all like,
or however Tingle I always liked because yeah, he's supposed to be like kind of like awkward and like creepy to some people. I always just thought he was like funny because of it.
Yeah, Tingle. I wish that Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land came out in the West. You ever heard of that?
A Tingle game?
It's like this adult, almost adult game where Tingle like basically goes on like a Wario style quest to collect money to make sweet love or something, like with a beautiful Tingle babe.
He's canonically a virgin, yo.
Yeah, he tells the little child Deku Link that. That's the first thing he says.
I'm so intrigued to see how these controls are gonna be.
So I think straight up the C buttons are your right stick. But I don't think that'll matter until you get a C item anyways.
Oh my, this is the worst controls ever.
Hey, you should use the 64 controller.
B is that. A is put away. I was playing intensive music. I should probably like.
Oh, is it playing? I forgot.
Yeah.
I can't hear it, so I'm just hearing the hum of my computer. Oh, sick ass side flip! What the hell?
Yeah, dude, that's automatic. Dude.
Link is so cool.
You don't have to do any tricks to do that.
Look at him go.
I don't know. Hermes paradox wise, I think that humans are real. You think,
Schrodinger's human.
yeah. I think that, like, okay, if there was alien life in like our solar system, I I feel like it would either be like literally primordial, or it would just be like super advanced, but it just like didn't care about it. It was like watching us like a reality TV show.
It's like advanced enough that it doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at we're like puppies to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote I like made a character. I kind of mentioned it earlier in like the little group chat, which I actually put him in Wastelands, and it actually made it so I didn't have to like do a 2 timeline thing.
Like an alien guy?
Yes, so I made a robot called it's a robot that was designed as a like war weapon that it was a self-learning machine, but it like a lot of like chat gpt, like it will talk to you and it will kind of like it will start talking to you like how you talk to it.
Yeah.
But this computer was just like you know how chat gpt, you refresh the conversation and it just doesn't really remember any of that. Pretty much
Yeah.
like a just slightly more advanced version of that, and it was designed to like go and like destroy other countries or whatever.
And then you could just like erase the fact that it wouldn't know it did that.
No, it knows it did that. Like, but it's a
Whoops.
it's like it's like a very malicious thing that's like told to destroy. Well, what happened in this little narrative I made was that it would learn so fast and so like so much that it just like um kind of like assimilated all of the knowledge of its universe into itself, and it was able to make its own like own dimension. It like programmed an entire new dimension into the universe to manipulate it, so it could like bend reality to do whatever it wanted, which is just to destroy. So it conquers its own universe. Then here's my idea that I was going to do with it, is that it would it would make a new universe where it was just like horrible for everyone,
Except for it.
like where it was just like not a very like pleasant place to live because it was going to destroy it anyways. It essentially it conquered its own place, so it just had to like kind of mega minded itself, where it just like had to come up with a new like
Oh, it got bored.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I won, boohoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, here, let me hook it up for you, baby. How
Um
do I do this? I forget. Oh, is it dead? That would be a massive. Okay, here, let's plug it in.
but it made its own dimension, the Wastelands like it made its own universe, the Wastelands universe.
Oh,
But-
it made the Wastelands?
Yeah, that's how I was gonna include it in to like it, so that because for years I was like, oh, there's the Wastelands narrative, and then there's like the other true ending that I never really fleshed out. Okay.
What was the robot? What was ChatGPT 2's name?
Babylon.
Wait, this is not what I'm plugging in. Babel. Oh, we were talking about that today.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. And then we'll go
Ready to pair.
2 controllers are connected. Yes. Here, let me disconnect yours for you. Change grip order. Ooh, listen to that. Delicious. There you go. Now go save Tettle and Tail.
But yeah, so it made the Wastelands universe, which it like fully intended on destroying, but because it's not the reason why I wanted it to be like kind of this AI thing where it taught itself is that it's not completely omniscient. Like it can't like 100% like it doesn't know how to, it can't be God or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It can get close to it, but it thinks like a computer. It makes its own it has to set parameters for itself so that it can understand what it is. What the parameters would be are the are the two swords. One of them being like the I think I named it Midori. It's the life sword.
That just means green, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Which is
yeah.
why it's the life sword. And the other one would be like the void blade, which like held that universe's version of like hell or whatever.
You put hell in a sword?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, not just like for fun. There's a whole lot of world building that I don't super remember at the moment, but
One of these days we'll just have to do like a whole Wastelands episode.
I know that I like Instagram live streamed it, like everything, and I remember I like sat down and I like wrote down all of it so that I wouldn't forget. But yeah, this what the computer did to like it had to like do things that balanced out reality. So like the parameters were these two swords that like the main character dudes have
Okay,
that
yeah.
like are end up being good guys. Now in Wastelands, what happens is these swords hit each other and um they shatter all of reality as they know it, and then that's like the end, and then it's this infinite cycle of different like of like that. So it was not supposed to be very happy, obviously. What I had what I had in mind with this Babylon like antagonist, like this like omniscient thing that like it knew like the issue with like these like super omnipotent beings is like they have like this huge opportunity for plot holes. Like if it didn't want that to happen, then it just wouldn't have happened or whatever. Or like
Yeah.
authors just kind of forget that it already knew about that happening. But how I wanted Babylon to be is it how it would like take over planets or whatever in its own universe is it would just like spread its own like presence among people and make them go crazy, and then like they would start like blowing stuff up, and then he'd show up and just kind of finish the job or whatever.
Bird box.
Kinda.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But in this universe, because there's like the Oni, which like demons, whatnot, and their dimension is like within the void bladed sword or whatever. Like I had it so that the sorry, I keep losing my train of thought.
I mean, it's complex. It's like it's a
Yeah,
whole little universe.
yeah. Where Babylon kind of worked through, it didn't have full access to the swords. It pretty much made it like boxed itself in on accident by setting these parameters for the universe to act like itself. So it had to have a thing that was like the essence of life and the essence of death as separate things, but it couldn't have it inside of itself because then like it couldn't make a universe inside of itself is what I was thinking. So pretty much what happens is I was gonna have it be the antagonists like okay, I don't actually remember how to play this game. I might play something else.
After the whole intro cutscene,
dude, this game is hard, dude.
Go find the bombers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
the Boston Bombers. Go find them.
Or you play. I don't know. I'm like, I beat Majora's Mask with a guide. I didn't.
I think I could probably be up to like. I think I could get to Zora's Domain before it would start being like okay, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes walking around and having no clue what to do.
Yeah.
Like I have a pretty good memory of. The biggest difference though is that I played it on the 3DS remake.
Ooh,
so there's a couple
choice.
of different there's a couple of changes there that I'd have to switch it up.
Oh, this is the wrong side of town. But yeah, the Babylon, it boxed itself in so that it could make a reality, which took away some of its own omniscient power. just like to make this new universe, because again, it's not actually a god. It's just it taught itself how to be close enough to be one. Um, and yeah, so what happens is the main characters, they have these swords, and they like we're gonna like that Oni's like, what's the code? Oh, it's random every time. It's random.
Is it?
It's specific to your.
I was about to look it up and be like, oh, I totally remember the code.
Oh, it's Jim, and it's in North Compton. Okay. Yeah. Pretty much before they, because if those swords hit, then that reality would, like, the two things holding that reality together would just destroy, and then that universe would be destroyed, making all of that like pointless. What Babylon does is it like stops reality, and it's like, hey, like you're not doing what I want, and it kind of like, it like rewinds time, kind of like, I don't know. It makes its own. It like resets a lot of things, but it's not. Again, it's not completely omniscient. So some things seep through the cracks, where it's like, oh, this, like, yeah, stuff seeps through the cracks, and some people remember, like, they remember that they like have to, like, that Babylon exists or whatever. So it's like kind of like a second, not like Groundhog's Day, but like, you know, on Scott Pilgrim, it's kind of like that like second life thing. It's kind of that idea, but not really.
Where he like restarts and then he just
like
does
he remembers
right.
everything. It's kind of like that, but there's this like chick character, and she had a sword that was it was the essence of both of the swords. It was like the medium thing, like the like, I don't know, hard to explain, but it pretty much was the one thing that could kill Babylon itself, because it was equivalent to him, and like, because he was like kind of the middle ground, like, because he made the two extremities. I mean, he is like evil or whatever, but
is he evil or is he just misunderstood?
no, he's definitely evil. If you make an entire universe with the full intention of just destroying it again, you're probably not like the like hashtag coolest dude ever or whatever. Although it's like a thing. I just call it a he just because in my mind it's like a.
Even though it's just a robot.
Yeah, it should be just a like but
an existing presence.
Well, I called it Babylon because it would get inside people's brains and it would talk to them in their language, and it would do that to make them go crazy. Are you serious?
Runs over, restart.
Yeah. Bad game. I can't pause it. It won't let me.
Here, let me help you.
What is that?
Your shield?
There's a I forgot about that.
Yeah, he becomes a roly-poly.
Yeah. But yeah, they pretty much remember to use that sword, and then when they get back to that point, Babylon realizes that they remember what was going on, and then he's like, oh, I better I need to stop them. So he starts controlling like the Oni, like they like, I mean, the Oni were already like reckless destruction or whatever, but he like started strategically moving them, which they were not capable of doing because they were just the essence of evil and like destruction in that universe. But he can only like see what he can control, and you can only, it's like kind of, he's like a virus a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And that essence, what they do is, right, like they get to like kind of a similar point in like where he like stopped everything and like restarted it, and then they use that sword, and then like this intermediate sword. I never named it.
It was just a sword, like it.
Yeah. It was like, I just remember that it got rewind, because like when that rewind happened, like stuff just kind of got melded together. It wasn't a perfect restart.
Okay.
And it made like that's where that sword came from, I think, is what I wrote.
Is because it was kind of just like an extra.
It like it screwed up like the universe, the life and death sword. They kind of just mixed or something. But what happens is they cut open they make a portal to where this other realm where like Babylon himself has like this physical metal body looking thing.
Yeah.
That it like, that's how it like kind of like terrorizes people like in that way, but its actual soul, if you will, is in its own realm that is like the one controlling the universe. Like, the Wastelands universe. So it was they use that sword on the physical body, and it opens into this other alternate realm, and then they fight him there and they kill him there. And then everything restarts, but it's not under a Babylon's control. It's just the natural flow of the universe. And it's like a lady who had this like the sword that, you know,
the middle ground sword.
Yeah. I think she ends up becoming like she herself becomes like the next like god figure, and she's able to like fix everything because she lived in the Wastelands universe and like saw how horrible it was and stuff.
And so she's like, oh yeah, let me make things better.
Yeah. So in that way, it's a lot like the Mistborn books, because the Mistborn books kind of pull the same thing, but like, I don't know. I thought the rewind thing was like cool, because I had all these ideas from like, they wouldn't work in this alternate like they wouldn't work in this like alternate realm I had, because like I had like made like two versions of like every character, and one of them was like originally it was like, this is the good ending one, and then the Wastelands would be like the original one where everything went wrong, and that's what's making the cycle go. But in this one, it would just be both of them in one story. I don't know. I thought it was so clever for doing that, but yeah, kind of weird like OC stuff there. Although I feel like a lot of OCs in general are just kind of like super self-inserty.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my OC is Josh the Hedgehog, and he's just like Sonic.
Yeah, he's like me, but like everyone likes me, and I have lots of girls, and I'm the best ever. Like, I don't know, main character complex. Like, that's what OCs usually are. I feel like mine were, to me, I made them all at different points in like where I was at that time, like as a person or whatever. So to me, they're like different parts of like what I thought was cool or what was significant to me. But also, I'm like, I can't really relate like to them, because to me they're just like characters. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're not like, I think it's a lot different, because your thing is a whole like story and like this and this and that, and most people are like, this is my OC and they are me, but in this world, and also they are sexy and cool.
Yeah, like there will be like some OCs where it's like really fleshed out world, but it's like the most like it's like really lame and cringy. Which you could say the same for like Wastelands, but I just like wanted it to be like grimdark, but like still have structure, because a lot of like these OC worlds are just like, yeah, this conflict happens, and after it, it's just like normal life, like real life, and that's that's what my OC is. My
World
OC
War
is
III.
me. Yeah, I don't know. Wastelands and Chris Chan stuff are like one bad timeline away from each other.
The Sonichu versus Midori timeline.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I realized that like Wastelands was in high school was not very mentally well, and I think that was what I was just doing to like have to not deal with my issues. It was like a dissociation thing that I just was like
a defensive option.
yeah, but I'm like, wait, these ideas are really cool. I like these ideas. Really cool.
It's so cool, game. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know why I actually had not told anyone for like years about it, and then like junior year, like I think I like told Aiden, and then it like just spread because people were like, oh, what's like the big deal about it? Or, like, what's
Yeah, is that
this...
canon in Wastelands?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's such a good bit.
I look back on it and I'm like, I feel like I should be more cringed out by it, but like, I don't know. I think I put so much time into it that it just kind of like became more than just like this like lame thing. I mean, in some ways it is lame, but like in some other ways I'm like, oh yeah, that's like, I'm pretty happy with that.
I mean, everything at one point or another is cringe. I mean, you just gotta accept that and like be like, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you're super cringe, like if you're Christian cringe, maybe work on that.
Yeah, or like a couple of, I think it was last summer. Like there's the Nano where it's national like it's novel. I don't remember what it stands for. NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. There we go. And you like set a little goal for yourself, and you like see how many pages, and it's like a thing.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, and my dad has done it for the past couple years. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a whirl, whatnot. I didn't do anything Wastelands though. I like made a whole new thing.
Oh, sick.
Because I was like, I just didn't really. Well, all my brothers were like, okay, yeah, we're doing it, and it's like they were gonna make fun of like Hallmark movies or like make a reverse Hallmark, where it's like, there's this happy couple, and they break up because someone wants to go back into the big city and like work on their business.
Based.
Yeah.
That's based. That's freaking La La Land.
Oh
that's
yeah.
La La Land.
Yeah, yeah.
La La Land and Whiplash.
Yeah. You are you rushing or dragging? I've only seen like some clips from that movie. It looks pretty. It looks good. It also looks traumatizing. But
yeah, I finally watched it in an airplane, of course.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think when I wrote down my Letterboxd review for it, I just said, this movie is about a guy getting abused by his teacher and then going back for more. And my friends commented and were like, yeah, that's just being a music student. I was like,
in a way. Music and video games are very similar. Like, okay, I was playing a ton of Ninja Gaiden after senior year.
Yeah.
Because that was just how I was, like, I'm an actual adult now. What?
Wait, I have free time to do what?
And that summer, I got into the habit of like practicing my viola, like more than I had ever before. And I was just like, okay, it's like redefine. It's like you're learning how to speedrun, but you're learning how to play a song.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, I need to play this note. So you just sit there and you work on that single phrase for like over and over and over and over. Yeah.
Well, I know that like a super popular thing to say on like in like fighting game communities is that like the best fighting game players are could be Mozart if they had chosen a more impressive hobby, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, with speedrunners, I always think speedrunners like they're kind of on that like they're like on that like mental, like there's like something different in their brains that is not really,
yeah, that lets them just throw themselves at it over and over and over again.
Yeah, like these like Lego Star Wars dudes where it's like a 2-hour run, and they're using 2 Wii Remote and nunchucks at the same time.
It's such a good Summoning Salt video.
Yeah. I can't even like imagine doing that.
Like, I love speedrunning as a hobby, like just picking up a game and like giving it a month and seeing how good I can get at it.
Yeah.
But I could never, like the longest I've ever tried on a speed game over time is probably either Mario Sunshine or Double Dash.
Yeah.
And both of those, it's like I do pretty all right, but then the second you start to put in like here's what you got to do to get to like the top 10, top 20, top 50, top 150.
And then you have to like learn how to glitch the game and stuff.
And I'm just like, glitching the game can be fun, but sometimes it's like, okay, I don't want to have to do something an hour and a half into an hour and 50-minute run that if I miss it just ruins the run, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's why I think NES speedruns are a lot more entertaining than like modern ones, because a lot of modern ones are just like, okay, you broke how the physics work. Nice. Like, good job. You like you bound your jump button to the mouse wheel, and now you can jump like 1,000 times in a row. Because that's how the Doom Eternal speedrun is. The only time they actually like really play the game is they have to get the super shotgun, and then that's it.
Interesting. I really like modern platforming speedruns, because most of the time they're just like, you're gonna break the game by being really good at the game.
Yeah,
but then there's also the games where you break them because you break them.
Yeah, like the devs like know that there's things that are like they know that there's issues with the game, but they also have like designed it so that you have to rely on the game mechanics to do it. Whereas, yeah, and like the Doom Eternal, you don't have to like you don't ever rely on having to jump 1,000 times in a row, like within half a second in the actual game.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like NES games are just like small enough where it just like it's both easier to speedrun and harder because
they're normally shorter.
Yeah. So it's like way more competitive. Like some of my favorite summoning salt videos are the like Mario Kart 64 ones.
Yeah, because it's just like perfection.
Like the weather tanko maneuver, which is like a 1 in 60,000 thing on like Choco Mountain or whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I watched the video of the guy doing it, and yeah, that was a 1 in 60,000 chance of getting that right.
Yeah, that's like a
where it does that wall thing and it clips all the way over, and then you
right to the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, speedrunning racing games I didn't understand for a long time, and then I did a stream where I beat all of Mario Kart Double Dash in the one sitting, which I did, like I 100%ed it, and I thought that would take way longer than it actually did.
Yeah.
So I was very happy with that. But I learned that like speedrunners for that game are like they're just playing it really fast, and I was like, oh wait, this is just like running like a time trial in like any other game.
Yeah. Just
with a whole cup. I think that's cool. Yeah. And it's got like the random added benefit of like, if it's Mario Kart, it's got items.
Yeah, I think that glitches for me, they have to be not like, there's like glitch runs. I think glitch runs should exist, but like sometimes there's glitches in games where I'm like, you didn't really speedrun the game, you sped ran how fast you could like press one button in a specific frame in like half a second in like 5 minutes and 12 seconds into the game.
Yeah, like, it's definitely like there should be separate categories.
Yeah, there always should be, and there are.
Yeah, because it's like, if the person who does like a no glitching speedrun of Super Mario World is going to probably be at a similar skill level to somebody who does the no warp glitch, wrong warp glitch, like 5 seconds into the game to end it immediately.
Yeah. Or like the Elden Ring speedrun.
Yeah, where you just like clip through the floor and bam, there's the Elden being or beast or whatever.
Yeah, I watched a video of a dude explaining it, and I think the world record is like maybe 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Which I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, I would rather see someone beat the game without the, glitch that beats the game in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're like, within such a niche community, it's interesting that there's two super diverse audiences for it.
Yeah.
I do hate people who are like, you're not speedrunning it because you're glitching it, like, just play the game on Nintendo.
Twin Galaxies or whatever.
Yeah, it's like...
The one that was like notoriously douchey to speedrunners back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a weird thought. I want to see a game that you could speedrun, but like in the style of like something like Guilty Gear. You know how weird of a concept that would be, but like super cool to do. And I'm not talking like a beat 'em up.
Like an actual fighting game?
Like a fighter. Like
So I did a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate arcade mode speedrun as Pichu, and what it was is you would choose your difficulty starting point, and there were like the 3 that you could choose for the different leaderboards, and then you just would beat the arcade mode as fast as possible. So I would assume that's how it works for like Street Fighter or Guilty Gear if there are speedruns for it.
Yeah. Because I think that'd be cool, but then it would boil down to like which character is the most broken.
Well, I think it's usually split up by category of character too.
Yeah.
So that you can have that option. Whereas like story modes, like the Brawl speedrun, there's no specific character that you should or shouldn't play as.
Or like there needs to be a fighter game with like a story that isn't just text boxes. Like I know Guilty Gear has like the movie, which I haven't watched yet. I've been meaning to.
Yeah, it's like 6 hours, so grab some popcorn.
But like a campaign mode that isn't just like a movie or reading text boxes and then like hearing like some of the worst, I mean, Donkey's done videos on that, like the whole Mortal Kombat thing.
Ray Bryden, show me who that is.
Yeah.
Is that Frost?
Not bad though.
Yeah, I think that like Super Smash Bros. Brawl and the new Street Fighter game coming out has like a straight up like 3D explorative like story mode where you make an avatar and you go out throughout the streets of Metro. No. You like go out into the streets of Metro City and you like learn the different fighting styles from the like actual playable characters in the game.
Oh, that's like Sekiro.
And then you like can also just fight random people in the street and there are missions and stuff. So that's one that I think will be super cool because it's like a real story.
Yeah.
Compared to like
there are evil versions of us now, like every other fighting game.
Yeah.
Like
Evil
Brawl
Ryu.
did that, Mortal Kombat 11 did
Violent
that.
Ken.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm like, it's like so hard to do story in that, but I feel like we're just kind of not thinking out of the box enough.
Yeah, like I know that Tekken's story is super like it's got a whole movie and everything basically with fights in the middle.
Yeah.
But it is still basically just a movie.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know, I feel like I have some like weird ideas for video games that like that would be cool, and it would be cool to like come up with a pitch for them and like game mechanics, but like I don't know anything about I can't develop a game by myself. I'm not Scott Kaufman.
Yes, Scott
Kaufman.
Kaufman.
He used to make religious, like almost VeggieTales stuff, right?
Yeah, because I know he's got some. There's some controversies out there.
Oh yeah, I know he like voted for Trump or something. Like everyone went, okay.
Everyone got upset about something or other. I didn't know about him until like I think literally today I read something about like what would you say to him if you were in a room with him, and everyone was talking about like I'd ask him why he would do that, and I was like why he would do what, and then I didn't look into it at all.
See, okay, you might. I know I joke about cutting stuff out. This one, what I'm about to say, I don't know. I'm gonna like say it. I'm gonna try to not sound offensive because I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah, the goal isn't to be offensive.
To me, Five Nights at Freddy's and Sonic have this same form of fan base, if you catch my drift.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Ridiculous, but you can tell that they like have a hyper fixation over very niche details in this game that, yeah,
I think almost every video game nowadays that's not like Call of Duty has just a big weird sector.
It's like very, I don't know. There's like liking a game, and then there's like that kind of stuff. Like I've seen some people talk about this like Five Nights at Freddy's movie and how like it'll like be some like journalist Instagram account or like IGN or something, like some like big like reporting thing about video games, and like it will be showing this like they'll like have like they always have a picture related to what they're like talking about, and everyone in the comments except for like 2 people that were like me, they're like, yeah, I don't know, it could be cool, whatever, I might see it. Every other comment was like, that's using a fan model, that's not, they're using the wrong model, and they're not crediting this random fan like that like made that model on a Tuesday afternoon. Like they need to find this guy who has 1 subscriber on YouTube and credit him for this fan model that he made that they're using.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
think
dude,
for sure.
You do not need to care about a game that much.
I think that the big thing too is like when IGN doesn't credit an artist, it's like IGN looked up the first 4 images on Google and said that's what we're putting in the article. When a YouTuber who is like a Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber doesn't credit an artist, that's where it's like, okay, guys, come on, this is like your whole.
But that doesn't happen.
But that doesn't.
They care about it.
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
to like a nihilistic level. Like
I do think that people are too intense online, and I also think it's like a very large minority of people. They're just very vocal, and so it gets shown a lot more online.
Yes.
Because I think 90% of people are super like neutral to like, oh yeah, I enjoy it. And then there's the 5% that despise something and choose to go online and talk about it. And there's the 5% that love something so much that they choose to go online and basically have the same effect on it as the people who
and like make it
despise
their personality because they just hyperfixate on it so much.
And that's why people don't play Undertale, like or Omori or
like I've thought of playing Undertale. I just like I can't. I don't know. It's just like not like the fan base ruined it for me, but it's just like kind of. I know it's everyone I know who has played it is like it's a super good game. It's super worth the play, but like I just can't like get myself to do that just because it's like if I look up something online or if I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool, I'll like, you know, because I like to do the funny thing on Instagram where I just like pretend I'm a reviewer on everything. So if I beat a video game, I'm gonna like write a little like joke review about it. I don't want to have to like look up an Undertale. I don't want to look up Undertale art on Google Images. I don't want to look that up. There's some weird stuff out there, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that all of Undertale is like that. It's just there's a presence there. I think we could both kind of acknowledge that.
I think there's a presence in most video games.
Yeah. But especially with Undertale where it's kind of that like the niche, like this is like a cult following kind of game, like oh, this is so different, and this game, it's the whole like this game is actually a metaphor for depression kind of indie game.
The Earthbound inspired RPG with themes of depression.
Yeah, there's only a couple of RPGs I've like actually played. One of them was the Adventure Time Pirates one that I got for $3 at Walmart. That one was pretty good. I liked that one a lot.
Was it on the 3DS?
No, I played it on my PlayStation.
Oh.
I had my buddy try it, and there was a glitch that broke the game. He tried to reload it like 3 times, and it just like he couldn't progress because something clipped through the ground weird, and he couldn't pick it up.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, pretty fun game though. I liked it.
No, I'm a huge RPG guy. I love RPGs.
Yeah.
Undertale isn't an RPG. IMO.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, kind of that style where it's like there's an enemy and like it has to play the animation of the enemy. Like,
oh well,
the Octopath
yeah.
Traveler thing. I've seen Octopath Traveler. It looks cool. I need something that's like what it's like spraying like Coke infused lemons into your eyeballs, like that level of gameplay, which is why I like Ninja Gaiden, Sekiro, I guess Garden Warfare. Although when you play online, that game's like almost unplayable because everyone there has been playing it for 15 years and the game's not even that old.
They've traveled back in time to pawn noobs.
Yeah, but like Sekiro, I like to have these like really fast games that like test you as a player and not just like test how long you feel like pressing the like shoot button on an enemy, you know? Like I like difficulty in games has to be like this like the game has to be difficult because of what it's teaching you to do. It can't be difficult because the enemy has like a gajillion hit points. And it's hard for RPGs to do that, I think. Like Pokemon, I haven't played Pokemon before, believe it or not. I've watched dudes play it though. It actually looks really fun. I just haven't played it.
I love Pokemon so
much. Pokemon's like one of the few RPGs I can think of where it's like you gotta learn like specific things about it and it will kind of teach you, but it's not like press this button to win the game. like Sekiro, it's like, here's these counters. Okay, now go get pwned by a guy like 4 times in a row, and then you're like, oh wait, now I get why he's doing that, like moving every time, and I get hit by it. These dice suck. I like that kind of difficulty.
I definitely think like a big thing that Pokemon has going for it that other RPGs don't on like the front basic level is that Pokemon is just the ultimate like RPG sandbox practically,
Yeah.
where you can choose to make your party like you could have 6 Cloud Strifes or you can have 4 Tifas and like a Kate Sith, like all these final
and like the like element like
and the types.
It's the types. That to me is like, that is what really makes it different from other RPGs. Because some RPGs are like, all right, that guy takes more heat damage and it adds like 2 points of damage onto a like 2-point attack. Like, nice, dude, you're really breaking how the game works with that. But like Pokemon, it's like huge. It's like it like super matters.
Yeah, I think that another thing is just that, like, if you're playing a Final Fantasy game, you're not playing it for the game
Yeah.
as much as you're playing for seeing the Final Fantasy. Like, the gameplay in a lot of the new ones is super fun. Or, like, I love playing Kingdom Hearts games, even if it is just mashing A. So Sora goes, yeah, Goofy, Donald, right?
Yeah.
But, like, they're like the newer ones are all like the action RPGs, so they're fast and they're furious and 10,
I feel
right?
like I played some of the one where it's the main dude that has like the black emo hair. Is that 15? Or
That's the 15. Did he have a? Was it really new looking? Like, did it look nice?
I don't know. I just remember that like he hangs out with his like 3 other dudes.
Yeah, that's.
And
15.
they're all wearing
Do
black.
they get in a car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 15.
And then you can turn on the radio and it plays the Chocobo theme.
Yep. And then because there's also one of them has black hair and a gun sword. I forget his name off the top of my head. In Final Fantasy 6 or 8.
Yeah, not 7, because everyone knows what
Everybody knows
which one
Final Fantasy
is.
7. I think Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 7, and Final Fantasy, whichever one the guy with the gun sword is from, and Final Fantasy 9 are the ones, and Final Fantasy 15 obviously, are the ones that everybody knows. And then I think that the ones in between 9 and 15 have a bunch of like hardcore fans, because I know so many people who like Final Fantasy 10 and Final Fantasy 10-2 are like their games of all time.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know any of those. I think there's a character named Lightning, and she's got pink hair.
Yeah, I don't know almost anything about Final Fantasy other than like Cloud has the Cloud Buster. It's a big butcher, like big.
It's
like,
a big sword.
It's a big butcher knife, but like it's just like the Guts sword. It's Berserk, but like slightly different shape. And look, Sephiroth is actually a clone of the original guy that Cloud is cloned off of, and stuff like that. I Internet Historian. You ever watch him?
Yeah, I know of him.
He has an alternate channel where him and like some of his other buddies, they'll just like it's called like Explained. They just find video games and they explain like all of the story and characters and stuff. But they like, it's Internet Historian, so he doesn't like, it's not like dead serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he usually will find like really crappy like kind of just like not like games that haven't really aged well. Like, you know that one where it's that it's like the dude who is like kind of essentially Mission Impossible kind of guy, and he just like cusses every time he like kills someone. Like, and it's like way over the top, and it's like Mickey Rourke or whatever's the voice actor.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like they like do videos about games that are like that kind of stuff, which is, I think, is pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's like, but all I remember about Final Fantasy is like something that they mentioned, and they dumb it down like big time. So I could be totally wrong with like, Cloud is actually a clone of the same guy that Sephiroth is a clone of, and this current Sephiroth is also a clone.
I want
something like that.
See, you're saying this now, and it's making me uncertain. But I'm pretty sure Cloud and Sephiroth have no real relationship outside of they're both soldiers, all caps, and that
Oh yeah,
they're parts of this army basically. But then Sephiroth kills everybody in Cloud's. It's been a long time. I don't even like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII. I'm gonna be honest, but it's been a long
Yeah.
time since I played it too. And then Sephiroth is also Genova, and Genova is an alien, and the alien made Sephiroth, and that's why he's got the wing, and also he's only one-winged.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like super.
badass in Smash though.
Yeah. Really cool in Smash. I don't know, RPGs. I'm like, they're cool, but also like sometimes I'm like, I feel like some games don't need to have RPG elements. Like, I saw someone like kind of like they made a meme about it the other day where it's like I know that God of War has this like a little bit, and it's not like a
is this
huge
the
thing.
menu shit? Where like
Yes.
everything has like a
And
plus or
needs to-
minus modifier and like that
Yeah.
and that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I hate that.
Yeah, that's why I was very hesitant to pick up Elden Ring, which doesn't really have that because I picked Samurai, and I'm just looking up like best weapons to find for Samurai, stats to really look into, and like pick those stats for Samurai, and I'm like, okay, and that's all I need because I don't need to know that. Like I know in Dark Souls 3, I watched my buddy play a lot of it, and like to kill like the really big dude, you had to have a specific set of armor with a specific weapon so that you could be resistant to his lightning attack, so that it would like instantly kill him.
Oh yeah, there's like gimmicks for a lot of the bosses.
Which is, I'm like, dude, like, I don't want to have to like I always Google search stupid stuff about games I'm playing just to like make sure, but I don't want to have to do that. I mean, I did it for Majora's Mask. I don't even remember like half of some of the stuff I did because I just looked it up and I'm like, okay, I'll just do that. If I were to like look at the guide and like look at the sections in the guides like names, I'd probably be able to beat the game. But I don't remember like
Off the
just
top of your
picking it
head.
up. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a noob for saying that, and I should have just like gotten good and like figured out that one specific item and a specific thing did that.
I definitely think like I used to look up everything for every game I played, like every single time. Like I'd just look it up and I'd be like, okay, this very obvious thing was obvious, right? Like kind of in a sarcastic voice, like, oh yeah, I was supposed to know that.
Yeah.
But now as I'm getting older, it's like I would get stuck in like I got stuck in the Twilight Princess Water Temple for genuinely what might have been 6 months of on and off playtime. And then I replayed it recently, and I beat Twilight without like any guide or remembering any of it really. I beat it in like 4 days.
Yeah, I had a rule for myself with like some games like Zelda and like Shadow of the Colossus where I was like, I will only look up something about this game like 3 times. I only need like to know the answer like 3 times in the game. And like if I like do more than that, like I'm like cheating. That's what I kept telling myself as a kid.
Yeah.
Someone that has never played a video game before, sit them in front of Majora's Mask, see how long it takes them to just figure it out.
This is something I really want to do for a stream actually, is get like you and like Aiden and like Jeff, get a bunch of the guys and put you into video games that like you just don't play. So like get like Jeff to play like a
video game? Just kidding. No, he plays Age of Empires. That's pretty. You gotta be a gamer.
like that's a gamer game.
Yeah.
But like get you and Aiden to play Pokemon and see who beats it first, kind of thing. Since neither
probably
of you
me.
really have played it. Well, yeah, but for content, we'll make it sound like it's a challenge.
Yeah. No, when I decide to be good at a game, I just kind of get good at it, and then there's I don't know. I consider myself a god gamer.
A god gamer.
That's not
natural
really
born even.
I don't know if I'm natural born. I just get good like pretty fast compared to some people. And that's like I know I'm like patting myself on the back, but like there's some times where I'm like, wow, I really did that, huh? Like I beat Inner Ishin, the harder version of Sekiro's last boss, in like 2 hours.
I do know a lot of people who say that's like the hardest boss. Period.
Yeah.
like in out of everything they've played.
I personally think that Demon of Hatred is harder because Demon of Hatred is almost an RNG game because of how stupid his coding is. hate.
I
Demon
think
of
your
Hatred.
biggest problem with Demon of Hatred is that he's a Dark Souls boss.
Yes.
And I don't know.
sucks.
Have you played any Dark Souls games?
I played Dark Souls 3 up until Deacons of the Deep. I killed that boss, and I was on the I killed the Abyss Watchers.
Oh hell yeah!
And Deacons. I don't remember which one was after which one.
I think Abyss Watchers come after, so
Well, maybe.
I can't remember. I haven't played Dark Souls 3 in probably
Yeah,
5 years
the,
now.
The Dark Souls, like, it's cool and all. I'm not really a big fan of the aesthetic or just kind of how it looks. Like Elden Ring, it looks nice to me because it's good graphics and it's not just like FromSoft has the like kind of bad habit of just making the game like you have to turn the brightness all the way up and it still looks like just like someone like threw up on the textures and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like
they're the
Bloodborne,
exact same models,
Yeah.
like in every single one of their, like a lot of like the like grunts of like Elden Ring are like basically the exact same model. Obviously not the exact same model, but like the exact
Yeah.
same style of model as like Dark Souls.
Yeah, or like Bloodborne. I couldn't get into it because it was like the first like Souls game I'd really played, but I just like hate how Bloodborne looks. I hate how it looks.
I really like Bloodborne. I've never beaten it, but I want to so bad. I'm just
Like-
lazy.
Like the lore stuff is cool. I just like I hate how it like it needs a remaster or something. Like it just needs better graphics or something. Because I just really hate it's like gritty is cool. If you can pull off gritty, it looks really nice. But like it just looks like uncomfortable in its own skin. That's what Bloodborne looks like in a lot of cases to me. But I also am like probably just uncultured or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. You're actually
Yeah.
just not. See, you don't understand actually. Araki, I think that's his name. His vision and
Miyazaki, man? Wait, no. Miyazaki is Studio Ghibli guy, right?
yeah, that's
Am I going
Hayao
crazy?
Miyazaki.
I thought they had like it's Hideo Kojima, bro.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima makes Dark Souls and Metal Gear Solid. Nothing else.
Yeah, it's Miyazaki. Hidetaka Miyazaki.
No,
I
who's
was
Rocky? Who am I thinking of?
not Miyazaki, and he kind of looks like the dude from the show Hero. If you've ever watched that.
With an I? Hiro?
No. That's the Chinese movie with Jet Li. There's a show called Hero my dad used to watch when I was a kid, and I like watch like an episode and be like, that's boring. It's just like if people had superpowers, what would they do? Be very immoral with them. That's the answer.
Oh, it's The Boys.
Yeah, kind of. The Boys before Boys was like the social commentary Boys or whatever.
Yeah. So, what's that DC one called? Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Is that what it's called? With the blue guy, and he goes, "It
Rorschach
shows
and
that
Captain
Steve Jobs died of Ligma."
and that's Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan
And, like,
big blue
and then-
balls.
Yeah. No. That comic book looks cool, but it's like to me I'd only read it because it's like this is a classic, you gotta read it. It doesn't really look that appealing to me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge comic person. Mostly because like if I'm gonna read something with that many pictures, I might as well just watch something.
Yeah.
That's how like if I'm gonna read, I want to read, and if I'm going to watch something, I'm going to watch something.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. Yeah. Bloodborne would be a really good manga though. Most Souls games would be phenomenal manga, probably because Miyazaki based a lot of Dark Souls stuff and just his like FromSoft's a lot of their stuff is like super based off Berserk. You can find like sets that look exactly like the armor that Guts wears from Berserk. I don't know if you know anything about it.
I know that Berserk is like it's the manga.
Yeah, that's
Like everybody loves Berserk.
yeah, it's I don't want to read it because I've seen
Like the first panel.
yeah, like I know that like people don't read it because it's like that's offensive. I just don't want to read that and have to look at that kind of stuff because that it's supposed to be shocking and grotesque. I don't want to look at that shocking or grotesque.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't read it because I just haven't had the need. I haven't seen a need, so I'm not gonna fill a need. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matthew Robotsson.
I don't remember.
Rodney Copperbottom.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Voiced by Ewan McGregor.
And what's the big guy called? Ballo? Wells. Big Walls.
It's Big
Walls.
And he's like, yo, I'll make robot parts and I'm a giant, like, yin yang. What?
And then he gets taken over by
Hitler droids.
battle droids with Hitler mustaches.
Yeah. Star Wars would be such a good anime. I know we were talking about that. Like,
oh yeah, because Star Wars Visions is so cool. Have you watched Star Wars Visions?
I haven't watched Star Wars content since first season of Mandalorian.
Star Wars Visions.
I haven't really watched Disney stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable, honestly. But Star Wars Visions, it's just a Star Wars anime.
Yeah.
They've got, and it's a bunch of different studios doing like an episode basically.
Oh, nice.
And they're coming out with season 2.
Like Love, Death, Robots.
Yeah, basically.
Thing, or...
But it's all anime.
Yeah, I was watching Love, Death, and Robots.
I
had the same issue with it
episodes.
I had the same issue with it as, like why I won't watch, or well, I guess there are Berserk animes, but why I won't read it, because sometimes there's stuff where it's like you can just tell us that, you don't have to show it. Like a lady getting her legs sawed off with hacksaws, and you just like see it, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, and it's like not like comically, like I don't know,
not like a Mortal Kombat.
It's yeah, it's like, oh, that's actually like makes my stomach sick. Maybe I'm just a wussy, but I don't know.
I definitely think you're a bit of a pansy, unlike myself, or
I don't see the need for blood, you know, like in that sense.
I'll take your blood, thanks.
Yeah.
If you don't want your blood, I mean, sheesh. Let me tell you, I've been on the
in
hunt.
This economy,
I've been on the prowl, you could say.
I'm a predator. I'm not gonna finish that quote. But yeah, Elden Ring.
It's the worst Mario Kart I've ever played.
Dude, I know Elden Ring
of Mario Karts. Wait, the Dark Souls of Mario Karts.
It sounded like Elden Ring is the worst Mario Kart you've ever played.
Elden Ring is the worst Mario Kart I have ever played.
Me, when I get in 8th place and I lose all my race progress,
dude,
and I have to go back and replay it and get the race back.
There's not even items.
And I'm like,
where's the blue shell?
Yeah, dude.
Like, come on, guys.
Where's my blue shell that kills the boss instantly?
Switching. Dude, I remembered something I saw today. So there's this classic image. Classic is a strong word. There's this tweet that was made, and it's like, why doesn't Super Smash Bros. Have more representation for people of color? Right? And this tweet was probably, I think it was made before Smash Ultimate. It was like a Smash 4 tweet. So this is like 2014 Twitter.
Oh.
And some preface here, I'm not racist, and neither is Jacob. But but the tweet says, why is there no person of color representation in Smash Bros. Besides Donkey Kong?
What is Donkey Kong supposed to present?
And so when Smash 4 came out, I think I was like, that was like 2014. I was 11. Right?
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I hate this game. So I'm reading this tweet. I've seen this tweet a couple of times since then, but the first time I read it, I was like, what are they saying? What is Donkey Kong supposed to represent? Why are they saying he's a person of color?
The Kong army. So
yeah, and it's because, well, and so now that I know that racism exists, I think I saw it again today for like the first time in years, and I was just like, oh, and like all these like images of me going, why is Donkey Kong like that? Why is he in this list? Because it had a bunch of fighting games with actual people of color in it, and it was like, why doesn't Smash Bros have any of this? And then they showed Donkey Kong next to it, and I it's just the most abhorrently racist tweet ever
like
about Super Smash Bros.
Doesn't exist quite yet in the brain.
Oh, but yeah. So I was just reminded of that because I switched off of Donkey Kong to Yoshi.
Yeah, to Yoshi.
To Yoshi. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sucking so bad they gave me a blue shell.
Yeah, Star Wars anime series, like the dude who like did like Samurai Jack. like that kind of idea, like because they already made that when like the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the
era.
original Clone Wars series.
Like that'd be cool. Why don't they do it now? Because I think a lot of Star Wars fans kind of fall into like the man-child needs nostalgia kind of fan base. I'm not saying that if you like Star Wars,
I'm saying if you like Star Wars, you're probably a man-child and you need nostalgia.
I mean, you watch The Force Awakens. Yeah, I'm not bashing on Star Wars. I'm just saying there is a significant chunk in that fan base that are like that. But same goes for MCU.
Oh, 100%.
And I mean, Dark Souls isn't really that fan base is more of just like, oh, you suck at this game? Well, you suck in real life, and I want to kill you. That's what that fan base is.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Or like they're like, oh, wait, you don't like the needlessly tedious, most BS part of the game that like they purposely programmed to be bad? Well, you just suck. You're bad. Like, you're not enjoying the actual experience, bruh.
Yeah, get ratioed, bruh.
And like, yeah, I'm like, okay. And yeah, MCU and Star Wars is kind of like, I need my nostalgia.
I need my Easter eggs.
I need my Easter eggs. And if I don't, I'm gonna be real mad.